So, day 2 of our spring break tour brings us back to Universal Studios. And yeah, the crowds are starting to grow a little bit, which just naturally causes a rising anticipation and excitement for Universal's next after-hours event, Universal
Fan Fest.
But that's not all we're here to talk about, because Universal is an ever-growing, ever-evolving mass glob of progression.
What was that last one?
So we're gonna kind of navigate our way through the crowd of people and see what's happening. And one of those changes is CityWalk, and CityWalk is going through a lot of crazy progression right now. Here's the escape rooms, Escapology. This is where they're at. All those boxes that were down there before all got moved inside. You can see them right there in the front door. And there's also a really big, cool entryway, a big, like an arched entryway, which is pretty dope. This little room over to the left here, I'm assuming, I mean, that's got boxes and stuff in it too. That might be like the reception area where you check in or whatnot. My guess, anyway. And then the rest of the rooms will be over here on the right side if you're looking at it. There's like 8 or 9 escape rooms, so there's got to be a lot of room inside this building. But either way, I think it'll be a pretty cool attraction. Hopefully it garners a lot of attention and does well here, because Lord knows CityWalk needs things to do well right now.
Do you think so?
And then right next to CityWalk, good old iFly. What once was a pit is now just a bunch of dirt. You can see they got pavers back there set up in the back. And those pavers look like the same thing they're using to pave the rest of CityWalk, so it's just going to be almost like an extension.
An extension.
To what CityWalk already has here, which means no hotel, guys. I was wrong.
Oh, wow, shocker.
Like usual, but like Theme Park Wizard says, probably the opposite end checkpoint. So we're gonna have another security checkpoint here, which is probably a good thing. Can never have enough security these days. And as far as this right here out in front of the theater, nothing happening this week, so we're gonna go ahead and blow right past that.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
And then we got construction ongoing here at the other side of the Woody Woodpecker parking lot. I'm digging a big old hole still. Big old hole. This big old mound of dirt is moving around. All the trees going bye-bye. They're just getting rid of everything that has to do with nature here, because screw nature. That's what they say. That's their new motto. Not really, but they got the curbs and stuff that they're doing. They've got a few stacks of those pavers back there in the back, so I'm assuming this is going to be kind of more of the same as what's over there at iFly. Another security checkpoint, which is okay. I think a lot of this is to move that security checkpoint away from the front entrance of the actual theme park to make room for the hotel that's eventually going to go in there. It's all good. This giant hole next to the parking lot, I have no idea what this is about, but maybe it's to
bury all the dead bodies.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Still not a whole lot going on with the rest of CityWalk. They really didn't waste any time taking that Raiders helmet off the store since that shut down. And they haven't announced anything new since, I believe, since the Slice House, which is coming to where the candy shop was. Anyway, still not a lot to report. We'll have to just wait and see, I guess. Let's head into the park now, where all the real action is. And maybe along the way, we'll meet special friends. It's always funny to be able to kind of tell and predict the tendencies of just the human race in general. You already know that it's going to be packed because it's spring break, so obviously everybody's going to swarm to places like here, Knott's, Disneyland, Six Flags, all the vacation spots. But it still never really hits you until you are impacted by the amount of people that are crawling around the park. We're gonna try to navigate through this crowd, get done when we need to get done, and then vamos.
You know I don't speak Spanish.
Looks like even though it is crowded today, they might have just opened this part of the park. It's 11:07 or so. But Snowball came to say hi to everybody. Look at him go.
Do not go to the Minions!
He's marketing.
Turn everybody into a minion over there!
Today's the day we find out that Harley can ride another ride at Universal. Look at the look of excitement. Enjoy spinning and swirling, baby. All right, but the big mamma jamma over here, we got, the Fast and Furious coaster doing its thing. Guys, big news. Look at this. We got some new track. Oh man, that little straightaway where it shoots you up the hill is finally coming to fruition. There's only a little bit left to go along that little straightaway before it takes you up that vert loop and brings you back and shoots you off. You can see on the track, there's these little rails. That's part of the LSM launch, I guess, that's gonna launch us up the hill and through all these loopy doops.
Is that a technical term?
gonna go fast. So take off your hats and sunglasses. Here's the wildest ride in the wilderness pretty soon.
Oh, okay. I see what you did there.
I'm so excited for that, if you couldn't tell. I'm very, very excited for that. And it looks like once that's done, that's like the last bit of track that needs to be added over here. And then they'll probably start working on the sound wall. And then they can start testing, right? Pretty soon, because it looks like, because the rest of the track is done. The rest of the track is here. So, I mean, the building looks good. The brickwork, I obviously have no idea what it looks like inside, but the outside looks fantastic. It looks great. But I think we're pretty close to seeing everything like connected here, right? Oh man, I just realized, look at this like little thing here where you go completely like sideways. And I'm sure you're probably gonna be looking straight up, you know, when you go through that little turn. Oh my gosh, this is nuts. And that's before you go through the loop, and then when you come back, you get shot back up into the this giant vertical stall, or this giant inversion stall over here. This is absolutely nuts. I cannot wait to see the cars flying through. The trains should be probably on premises somewhere. Obviously going to be out of sight, but man, it's going to be fun to see these get tested. I'm assuming just in a couple months, if everything goes according to plan. That's my assumption anyway.
You know, that's just like your opinion, man.
Babe, let's go into Hogsmeade. Nah, psych. Man, we came all the way back to the front of the park to get a calzone from the One Up Cafe, and they're closed. And the hours just say, sorry, we missed you. That's kind of a bummer. Yeah, we'll come back at noon, lunchtime. Because who eats calzones for breakfast?
Probably me.
Also finding out on the way down that they've got the far right escalator on every portion of the Starway closed down for construction. So there's only one escalator on the way up right now. I'm sure that'll change later on when most people are coming home, and they'll have two escalators coming up, but then there's only one coming down, so.
It is what it is, I guess.
Because the escalator can never break. It can only become stairs.
The Hillside Mystery Project is starting to actually kind of take shape now. It looks like they're actually cutting it away. They still have the tarp up, so they're probably expecting more. And then they've got the yellow tape along the bottom here, which means that they're probably going to take this little load-bearing wall away pretty soon. It looks like they're cutting it down, which means they're probably going to chip this wall, or they're probably going to chip this hill off and widen this road down here on the bottom, which could reinforce the rumor that the studio tour could, in fact, be moving down here. We've yet to see it, but it's looking more and more like a possibility every time we come.
Very exciting time.
My oh my, how the lower lot has become the place to congregate. There is a lot of people down here today, so expect this probably until the end of summer now. Yeah, that didn't seem fun, so we got to get out of there. Back to the upper lot. And you guys, I'm with Andrea, so of course we got to stop and we got to get that calzone.
For the road.
Still wondering what phase it's going to be before we start seeing the beginnings of a hotel here, as the Hilton's off in the background getting its extension coming up pretty soon. But before we leave, we're going to get lunch at Antojitos, at Harley's request, of course. But we had to get out of there. Short and sweet today, not messing around. Get those construction updates and
And a calzone.
before we head back into the real world. Time to go play parents, so until we see you up on the mountain here at the studios or back out there at the farm, we will catch y'all on that flippity.
Welcome to